Well, I'm joined here this morning by Amy McGrath, the Sales Director of Helvetic, and they install radiant heating panels in houses, in factories, all around the country. Eamon, how did this come about? Tell me more about Helvetic.
Thank you very much, Declan. Eamon McGrath is the name. I've been involved in the company since 2009. I was meeting people every other day that were using traditional heating solution, be electricity mostly, and they were giving me feedback that this was an inefficient system, that it was expensive to run, that they couldn't turn it off during the day. So when I seen this product, it did actually get me excited because I knew that people needed to know about this product. So we brought it to market, and the company has just grown from success to success.
So can you tell us more about radiant heating and why somebody should seriously look at it? Because a new product...
To point out is that this is not new technology. It's been on the market for 10 years. When clients come to us, they say, well, I've never heard of this type of heating solution before. But Declan, you'll be familiar with, and us all, going into a community hall, a church. And what happens is you are radiating the heat down into a certain area, and this is the same principle of what we have, except we've moved on, and this is radiant heat. But what we've done is now we've moved on from that. We now have a slimline, a lightweight panel. That's what it is, a panel. It doesn't change colour or make noise. It's fixed to the ceiling. It can be fitted to any surface. So this is the simplicity to be able to retrofit this product into multiple of different environments, because of how simple the product is. So if we were sat here now and there was one on the ceiling, we would feel a nice gentle warm feeling coming from the ceiling. So it's back insulated, it has many advantages, and we do 3 different types. We do 2 for the ceiling, and we do a panel, believe it or not, that looks like a picture that's mounted on the wall. So we have a different, depending on your specifications, we can recommend a different panel depending on your budget as well.
So what are the other advantages? What else can we get from it?
You're looking at a system that doesn't require maintenance, has a 25-year lifespan. Now we do a couple of different product types. Declan, if you want to use an oil-filled radiator, okay, you would be looking at using 2 units of electricity per working hour. Now you can see on your electricity bill how much you're being charged for 1 unit. If you compare it to our system, we would recommend a panel which would be using 735 watts, which is 3/4 of 1 unit. So that's over 60% of the saving. So conventionally you would heat this area the same way as you heat your spare room, your bathroom, but that doesn't necessarily need to happen. With our product, you can zone each area by a little wireless controller in each room, of which we'll have a look at a bit later on.
I've got a house. It's been not lived in for quite some time. I want to get some form of heating. There's been work done on it, it's been insulated, and I'm looking at a heating system. How do you think the radiant heating being an advantage to me?
Well, if you were a customer coming to me, Declan, I would ask you the question, well, if you haven't ever heard about radiant heat, what other alternative heating source would you put in your house?
Probably would have been looking at oil.
Okay, so you're looking at high labour costs, running
digging
pipes.
up floors.
Exactly. Probably falling out with your wife.
Yes.
Yes. You know, hanging radiators on a wall, maintaining an oil burner, and then oil has gone up 70% in 12 months. You come to me, I would say, well, what size? I get the plan, you would specify to me what size your room is, and then I would determine what size panel you would require for each room. I then go through the advantages with you, why you would look at installing our product, because oil, gas is
out of our control.
Yes.
And some of the things that you will read when you go onto the internet is that it helps with health, it helps with getting rid of dampness and odours and smells. Is that correct?
Yes.
The savings that are made,
yes,
would fit into what I'm looking for. Are there any independent surveys?
I read recently, Declan, where an independent county council, the energy auditor in the council, had done an independent report on 3 months prior to installing radiant heat. They were using electricity driven storage heaters, and then replaced it with radiant heating and analysed it for 3 months after. and he had concluded himself that there was over 60% of a saving by making the move to radiant heat. And also he concluded that by talking to the members of staff in that department, they concluded as well that the quality of heat was a lot better as well.
Okay, where we are at the moment is a house, and the heating system is being installed. We've talked about apartments and the likes. Where else, I know you've got other forms of panels, where else do you see yourself being able to expand the business?
Well, currently we've installed in community homes because we can concentrate the heat in an area. Conventionally you can't achieve that because warm air will rise and be lost. We've done a church, a couple of churches, we've done multiple houses, and most importantly what has brought up the profile of the company is we kitted out a lot of the offices in Terminal 2 Dublin Airport. This brought up the profile of the product and the company, and it's also available on the website to view the images of that installation.
Eamon, there's certainly exciting times ahead.
We have grown a market here. It's grown from strength to strength. Our figures from last year to this year, believe it or not, have doubled. And for this reason, we see an opportunity to move into the UK market. Our mission statement is that people need to know about this product. They currently don't know. They think it's something that won't fulfill their requirements, but it is. And our job is to tell them that radiant heat is the heating system of the future.
Eamon McGrath, Sales Director of Helvetic. Thanks very much. We're now going to go in and see an actual panel being installed in a bedroom.